You know that feeling when you touch real silk? It's just different, right? So smooth, so luxurious. It's been a symbol of ultimate perfection for, like, ever. But what really justifies that crazy price tag? Well, today we're going to dive in and unravel the real story behind this incredible fabric.
And it's a great question, with a really fascinating answer. We're going to explore how this delicate little thread, spun by a tiny creature, became one of the most treasured materials in all of human history. And it all starts with a pretty wild origin story.
Right, because the story of silk isn't just some boring trade history. Oh no, it's steeped in myth and secrecy, and it all kicks off with this moment of pure, random chance way back in ancient China.
So the legend goes something like this. Empress Lizhu, she's the wife of the legendary Yellow Emperor, is just chillin', enjoying a cup of tea. And then a silkworm cocoon, of all things, plops right into her cup. She goes to fish it out, and the hot tea starts to loosen it, and this single, beautiful, shimmering thread just starts to unravel. And boom! Just like that, sericulture, the art of making silk, was supposedly born. How cool is that?
Now get this. This wasn't just some company's trade secret. We're talking a matter of life and death. For thousands of years, China had a total monopoly on making silk. The methods were so top secret that if you revealed them, well, it could cost you your head. I'm serious. That level of secrecy alone is what made silk one of the most sought-after materials on the entire planet.
And that little secret thread? It did way more than just make pretty clothes. It literally built empires and connected worlds. So let's look at how this super guarded secret eventually blew up into a global phenomenon.
You know, the journey of silk is basically a story of ancient world globalization. It all started along the famous Silk Road, slowly but surely making its way to places like Persia, India, and, yeah, eventually even the Roman Empire. But here's the thing. It wasn't just fabric they were trading. Silk was basically currency. It was a massive symbol of prestige.
And this quote really says it all, doesn't it? I mean, can you imagine a fabric being so luxurious, so decadent, that Roman senators literally debated banning it because it was a moral threat? That's like the government today trying to ban a designer handbag because it's just too indulgent. It was the ultimate sign of wealth and power, and that reputation spread all over the world.
And it's true. Everywhere silk traveled, it became this symbol of ultimate importance. Back in China, only royalty could wear it. In India and Persia, it was woven into these gorgeous ceremonial saris and robes, becoming a huge part of weddings, religious ceremonies, you name it. See, silk wasn't just another fabric. It was woven into the very fabric of people's lives.
All right, so the history is amazing for sure, but let's be real. We live in a world of polyester, of fast fashion, and mass production. So what's the deal? Why does silk still cost so much today? Let's break down the modern-day economics of this ancient fabric.
And the modern cost of silk is a whole story in itself. It really boils down to four key things, four factors that you probably don't even think about when you see that price tag. We're talking scarcity, complexity, quality, and, this one's a big one now, sustainability.
Okay, first up, scarcity. Get ready for this number. It takes up to 3,000 individual silkworms, each one spending about a month spinning its own little cocoon just to produce 1 single pound of raw silk. Think about that. That is a staggering amount of natural, biological effort for a tiny, tiny amount of material.
Then there's the complexity. This is not something you can just do with a giant machine in a factory. It's a delicate, hands-on art form. You have to raise the silkworms just right, then you have the super intricate process of reeling the thread, spinning it, weaving it, dyeing it, finishing it. I mean, every single step is this meticulous journey that demands unbelievable skill and precision.
And this is super important. Not all silk is the same, not even close. The absolute best of the best is grade 6A. That's the top tier, the pinnacle of smoothness and shine. You might also hear people talk about mame weight. Just think of it like thread count for silk. The higher the mame, say 22 or 25, the denser and more durable the fabric is. And yeah, you guessed it, the more expensive it is too. It's basically the difference between a cheap, flimsy shirt and one that's high quality and built to last.
And last but not least, sustainability. You know, these days, luxury isn't just about a high price. It's about feeling good about what you buy. So practices like organic sericulture, using eco-friendly dyes, getting those important certifications like OEK-Tex, all of that adds to the cost. But it's what ensures silk is a responsible, renewable, and even biodegradable luxury.
Okay, so we've got all this cost, all this effort, So why do we still choose it? Well, because beyond the history, beyond the beauty, silk just performs in ways that other fabrics simply can't match.
For starters, it's naturally breathable, and it wicks moisture away, which means it keeps you cool and comfy, even when it's hot out. It's also hypoallergenic, which is an absolute dream if you have sensitive skin. And that incredible shine? That's not some chemical coating. That's just the natural structure of the fiber itself. I mean, these are qualities that are so hard to replicate, and it's exactly why silk feels so amazing against your skin.
So when you really put it all together, the history, the artistry, the sheer performance of it, you start to see that you're not just paying for a piece of cloth.
Every single thread of silk is the end result of a story that started 5,000 years ago. It's a direct connection to ancient empresses, to brave Silk Road traders, and to generations of artisans who perfected this craft. When you wear silk, you're literally wearing a piece of history. And really, that's the bottom line here. The cost reflects that incredible journey, from one tiny cocoon to a beautiful finished garment. It's an investment in a legacy of human skill and natural wonder. And that's why you could say silk isn't just expensive, it's priceless.
So, I'll leave you with this to think about. The next time you touch a piece of silk, feel that smooth, glossy fabric, I want you to think about the incredible history that's literally woven into it. Think about those thousands of cocoons and the skilled hands that brought it to life. What story will it tell you?